Welcome to Story Time with Ben. July 10th, and I just woken up underneath a couple boulders in Fontainebleau with my new friend Olivier, and we were headed back to his place after a bunch of climbing, just to kind of crash. Got to his place, it was pretty late after taking all the trains, and I met his girlfriend Emily, and we had a little dinner together. It was great, and they told me that tonight was the night that it was France versus Portugal in the Euro Cup finals. I heard somewhere else that they were going to project the finals somewhere near the Eiffel Tower, so I thought, okay, well, let's go check this out. Emily painted some French flags on my cheeks and gave me directions. I headed out the door. I head down to the metro. I go to double check the map before I get on the first train, and I meet these three Mexican kids. They're 18 years old. Miguel just turned 18, and he wanted to go see the game for his birthday. So they're kind of lost, and I kind of knew where I was going. We just kind of became friends, and bada bing, bada boom, let's ride the train together. Only one little mishap. Miguel took the wrong train by himself. We had to go chase after him, but it all worked out. Sooner or later, we roll up to the station closest to the Eiffel Tower, and there's already just like tons of people. So we start heading over to the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower itself, here's the tower, and then there's like a park around it, and like a great big fence, and then there's gates to get in, like turnstiles, to get down to the metro. Anyway, one of these gates is completely on fire, and there's 12 guards in riot gear just standing in a line in front of these gates, while that burns behind them. And people are screaming, and there's tear gas canisters everywhere. People are setting off fireworks in the crowd. Anyway, so suddenly a couple fireworks happen too close to a couple people. A lot of people start screaming and running. And boys and I just kind of turn and look over our shoulders, and we see, oh my land, 100 people just running at us. So we just take off, and we're just sprinting so that we don't get trampled by the stampede of crazy football fans.
Okay, amigos. Okay, that's a story.
Anyway, eventually we decided to go, if the Eiffel Tower's here, we decided to go around it, and maybe we'd be able to find some sort of projector on this side. So we go around the park, and we start walking, and suddenly we get to this bottleneck where there's a bunch of armed guards here, and then a bunch of screaming crazy people here, and then fences and buildings, so you have to go this way. And suddenly we realized we were downwind because this huge cloud of tear gas just came and enveloped us, and tear gas sucks. I've never experienced it before, but it is rotten. It gets under your eyelids, and it reaches down into your throat and just rakes, gets in your ears, and it's just awful stuff. It's very effective. So then we start running from the tear gas, and all these people are running and screaming, and you run. There's cops here, and you have to run this way. And there's buildings there, and you have to run this way, and then eventually we decide to go to a bar. Anyway, we get to a bar, packed, can't even see the TV, and there's one guy there standing there with a phone, and everybody's kind of crowded around him, and he's got the game streaming on his phone. So I kind of lean over and I try to get a look at the phone. In French, he just yells at me, he says, "Get out of here, you can't watch this, you're Portuguese." And I tell him, "I'm not Portuguese." He says, "Who are you trying to fool? You're not white enough to be French." And this is so funny to me. So I tell him I'm Canadian, and he gives me this look as if he didn't understand Canadians could come to France to watch a football game, and then just lightens up, and I'm watching the game. The boys and I are trying to watch the game on his phone. After a while, the boys kind of, more things got sketchier and sketchier. You constantly heard ambulances. Fire trucks would drive by, and people would throw beer bottles and smash them against the fire trucks. And more people got jammed closer and tighter into this little place trying to watch the bar. And it just really sucked. So the boys, thought, okay, look, this is unsafe, we're leaving.
Mi nuevo amigo.
Mexicans in France watching the
football.
The football. Miguel.
And then
He's chingon. Searching.
Gracias.
It's good as hell.
See you guys next time. Okay, be safe, be safe.
Fond farewell to those cool guys, and I decided to stay for a little longer. Anyway, 40 minutes goes by, people are still screaming at each other and cursing at each other and bumping and pushing, and we're all crammed in there super tight, and I just kind of, I wasn't really having fun anymore, so enough of this. and I just left. Well, I just walked around the Eiffel Tower kind of area. And aside from the heaps of smoldering garbage bins and, you know, the smell that came along with all that burnt garbage and all the broken glass and all the people wandering around screaming, it was a really nice night. Made friends with a very nice Indian guy who happened to be in the same place, gave me a beer. Thanks a lot, buddy. I just walked by the water, and just when I thought everything was beautiful, I noticed that across the Seine there was a car completely engulfed in flames. The fire department must have been very busy because it took them an hour after I'd seen the car in flames for them to actually show up and put it out. And I just kept on walking around, you know, enjoying the night. Eventually the game ended, and there's everything from people stumbling home to openly sobbing in the streets. So France lost, by the way. I got back to Olivier's place and, you know, crashed, and that was great. But that was a pretty insane situation to be in, and I still don't really know what any of it had to do with football.